Chapter 7, The Church. Eric had no more to say to Leif or the cousins. He jerked the horse's reins, then he rode toward the shore. All was still for a moment. Then Leif turned to the children. "You'll be safer in the village," he said. "I know where you can stay out of his way." "Will your father really make us his slaves?" Petrick asked. "Yes," Leif said. "But don't worry. Father and I sail for Norway tomorrow." "Are you sailing on that ship?" Beth asked. She pointed toward the ship she and Petrick had found. Eric the Red was now standing on the jetty. "Yes, that's our Nor," Leif said. "Nor?" Beth asked. "A trading ship," Leif said. "My father is going to make sure it won't leak. Now let's go. I have much to do today." He left Beth and then Petrick onto his horse. Beth sat in front, Petrick was in the middle, and Leif was at the back. There was just enough room on the horse for 3 of them. Beth had always wanted a horse. She stroked its black mane. The hair was through and it tickled her fingers. The horse carried them over the hill and down into a valley. Beth had been glad to see the ocean. She had seen reindeer up close. Now she was seeing a third awesome sight. Before her was a charming Norse village. All the houses were made of stone. They had dirty roofs with grass growing on top. Goats and sheep roamed about grazing. Leif helped Beth and Petrick slide off the horse. The cousins entered through a low, narrow door. Inside was one room. It was the size of Beth's bedroom back at home. "Use it. We have to stay away from him." "Who is he?" Petrick asked. "Eric the Red discovered this land. He named it Greenland." Beth said before that he lived in Iceland. "Why did he leave Iceland?" Petrick asked. "A powerful man stole Eric's family treasures," Beth said. "There was a fight between the families and people died. The Icelanders wanted the fight to stop, so they kicked Eric out." "They kicked him out of his own country?" said Petrick. "Yes," Beth said. "Eric had a ship and crew, so he sailed away to become a trader. That's when he discovered Greenland. He settled here and raised a family." "I've heard of Leif," Petrick said. Chapter 8, The Ship. Petrick finished his meal and stood up. "Come on," he said. "We've got to leave the church. The sunstone isn't here." "Are you nuts?" Beth said. "I think we should wait for Leif. We can't go out alone if Eric finds us." "If Eric finds us," Petrick said, "he'll lock us up." "What's the difference? Aren't we locked up now?" Petrick's way of thinking didn't sound right to Beth, but she said, "And what about Mr. Whitaker's friend?" Petrick said. "He's going to be locked in a tower if we don't find the sunstone. Remember the note? To save Albert, I need the Viking sunstone before the new moon, or he will be locked inside Lord Darkthrone's tower." Beth shook her head. "I want to help, but it's too dangerous." "I'm staying here." She crossed her arms. "Okay," Petrick said. "See you when I get back." The door closed behind him with a thud. Petrick stepped into the sunlight. He blinked. There was 24 or So Viking men, marching on a path. He had his shoulder, but if you ask me, he's afraid to sail. He's too old. Patrick looked at all the stuff going to the ship. What if a sunstone were in one of the chests? Since Eric wasn't around, Patrick felt brave. He would go on to the ship. He had to take the risk. The man tossed a bundle to Patrick. Here, said the man, carry this for me. The bundle was a bread roll made of reindeer skin. Patrick walked with the Norsemen the half-mile to shore. The Viking ship was very close to the land now. A long plank of wood stretched from the ship's side to the shore. The plank had ropes tied to it so it would move. Left shouted orders for the sailors to load the ship. Patrick stayed at the end of the ship. Line! He didn't want to see him. Soon most of the men gathered to set up the mast. A group was using ropes to raise sails. Others were placing braces around the beam. No one was near Patrick now. Was his chance. He looked over more of the bundles. They were all just bread rolls. Some had extra. Chapter 9. The Thief. Patrick looked up from the chest of furs. Everyone was staring at Patrick. Captain, said the sailor, the boy is stealing furs. The sailor came up to him. He grabbed the edge of Patrick's silver cap. Look, he said, he stole this fur cap. It's not what you think, Patrick said. This is mine. The man gathered around. Some of them left said to the sailors, I'll deal with the boy. The day's work is done. You may all go, but be here before dawn tomorrow. A cheer went up among the men. They ran down the plank to shore. Where's the girl left? Asked Patrick. Is she safe? I left her at the church, Patrick said. Where you should be? Ruff said. Don't you understand what will happen now? No, Patrick said. People are going to the last feast before we sail. Great, Patrick said. I love parties. This party is not for you. They worship the Norse gods like Thor. They offer sacrifices. Patrick gasped. All worship? He asked. Ruff frowned at him. That is why I want you and the girl to stay inside the church. The only place you'll be safe. We have to go back to Beth, he said. Hurry! Patrick raced from the boat and back to the village. Chapter 10. The Feast. Come with me to the longhouse, Ruff said. Patrick, he couldn't wonder that case. The smoke, then he saw a fire blazing and a firing. Norsemen and Norse women sat on long wooden benches. They ate roasted fish and meat, and they drank from wooden cups. A group of men played bone pipes and wood drums. Young boys and girls sang happy songs. Others danced nearby. The red was playing a game against another man. Next to Eric was Hilda. Next to Hilda was Beth. Patrick couldn't believe it. There she was, sitting on the bench. What happened, Patrick asked. Eric ordered me to help cook, Beth said. He wants me to learn to be a house slave. That way you can sell me for money. But you are not cooking now, Chick said. Little got upset. Beth said. Eric isn't afraid of any man, but he's afraid of Hilda, she said. She would keep me safe. I've been next to her ever since. What game is Eric playing? Trick asked. Chess. It's his favorite game, Beth said, but no one likes to play him. Why not? Trick asked. Because they're afraid of what he'll do too if he loses. I wouldn't try, Beth said. Suddenly Eric slapped the table. Patrick and Beth jumped. The chess pieces bounced around on the board. Checkmate, he said. Do you play boy, Eric asked Patrick. No, sir, Patrick said. What about you? Eric asked Beth. Yes, she said. Patrick was surprised. You do? He asked. Beth opened a small sack Mr. Woodchuck had given her. She dumped the red and white chess pieces onto the table. Sit down, Eric said. But I don't think I'm good enough to play. A grown-up, Beth said. Sit down, Eric said. It was an order. Beth obeyed and sat across from him. She looked scared. A wager for our game, Eric said. If I win, I will get this boy silver cap. That's not fair, my husband, she said. If she wins, she should get something. Eric frowned. You are two kinds of slaves. Eric soared. Oh, I know, Beth said. If you win, you get the silver cap. If I win, I get your sword. The crowd suddenly went quiet. Child, Hilda said calmly, that sword is a family treasure. What would you do with this sword? Eric asked. It's too big for you. I will keep it to remember you by, Beth said. Eric smiled. It seemed as if he liked to be liked. Patrick stepped forward. He said to Eric, if you're afraid you'll lose. Lose? I never lose, Eric said. He pounded the table with his fist. He leaned toward Beth. I accept your challenge, he said. Patrick watched as the pieces were arranged. Beth used the white ones. Eric used the red ones. Their hands looked very small compared to the Vikings. And as king, we can't stop now, Eric said to Beth. You can see that I have better pieces than you. Then you do. The cap is as good as mine. We'll see, sir, Beth said. Eric picked up his queen and planted it down near Beth's king. Check, he said. Eric then looked at Patrick. Give me the silver cap, boy. She must have cheated, he shouted. I cannot be beaten by a little girl. No, he howled. He pulled his sword out of the holder. Arms straight, he held it in there. His arms started to tremble with rage. One by one, the Vikings around the game. Chapter 11, The Full Moon. I've seen it on TV. It's called the Northern Lights. Beth whispered to Patrick. I need a Viking sunstone before the new moon. Beth pulled on the leaf sleeve. When is the new moon? She asked. Beth stroked his blonde beard. What manner of a girl are you? He said. You know chess is, but you don't know the new moon. It's in 14 days. I will show you the sunstone. It will teach you about the sky. Patrick and Beth both gasped. Chapter 12, The Bolted Door. Then what are we supposed to do? Patrick asked. He kicked the door. It slowly swung open. The cousins looked at the doorway. They expected someone to step inside. No one came. Man's armor. Who was that? Beth asked. I don't know. But he's wearing armor. Chapter 13, The Red Sail. The Viking mounted the horse, ran off. Patrick saw his chance. He began to run. He saw that Beth had made it aboard the ship. She was shouting for him to hurry. The oars were up, but the wind had caught sails, was pushing the boat farther from shore. Patrick had taken only a few steps when he heard Eric cry out. Patrick looked back. Eric was climbing his ankle. The sword was long and sharp. Eric said, Well, don't be slow if you're going to kill me. Then jabbed it in the air. Patrick stepped back. You're still my prisoner, Eric said as he crawled toward Patrick. He pressed the point. He dropped the cap on the ground for the Viking to pick up. Why? Eric said. Why would you treat me with kindness? I would kill you if I could. Because the God of the Cross wants me to do it. Patrick said, I'm supposed to be kind to my enemies. Eric glared at him. It is fool's talk. Kindness will lead to death for you and all Christians. Patrick ignored the Viking's word. He ran with all his might to the rock jetty. The oars were in the water. Beth was ordering the men to fight the wind, and he got the boat closer to shore. Jump! Beth yelled. Patrick pushed off from the jetty with a burst of speed. He sailed through there. I might make it, he thought. I might, but he missed. Splash! He fell into the ice water. Chapter 14, The Blue Stone. It was a fine pelt. I left it behind, Patrick said. He didn't. What is that? Beth asked. Not since I have another stone, I will accept your trade, he said, and your chest. Even the ocean disappeared. Beth told him that Leff used it to see the sun better. Think I know what to do to help Albert in time. He set the stone on the dashboard next to the note. But wait, suddenly a second note was next to the first one. More trouble for Albert. Lord Darkthrone is angry. The Roman monk's silver cup is missing. We need it before the new moon. May God be with you. What does that mean, Mr. Woodchuck? Patrick asked. Mr. Woodchuck thought for a long while. He pushed at his glasses. He rubbed his nose. I think that means another trip to Rome, Mr. Woodchuck said. Tomorrow. He gazed at them. Who? Patrick asked. Us, Beth said and gasped. Only if you want to go, Mr. Woodchuck said. Yes, the cousin said. Patrick added, Vikings one day and Rome the next. How good does it get? Any comments or questions below?